Yeah, we'll be starting our webinar in just a couple of minutes. We're going to have some other people joining us. This is Elliot Stone, your moderator. It will be starting up in just 2 or 3 minutes. I appreciate your patience. It will be starting in just 1 or 2 minutes. Thank you. All right, I think we're ready to begin the webinar today. Topic is outsourcing medical record services for a smarter practice. I'm your moderator, Elliot Stone. When it comes to medical record management, including retrieval, organization, analysis, standard firm practice has been over the years to utilize support staff and attorneys, non-medical personnel, to do much of that work. Occasionally, independent nurse consultants are brought in. It's been very paper-centric with management and storage costs, and most of the work, particularly in-house work, you're unable to bill to the file whatsoever. Now, why are outsourcing and offshoring taking hold? Well, you've got a much tougher litigation climate where cost containment's key. Firms want to go paperless. You now have affordable doctors in India that charge a fraction of what their U.S. counterparts charge. Firms are looking to more efficiently use staff and retrieval specialists and doctors to do this sort of work. Let staff focus on non-billable activities, and with outsourcing, all this is billable to the file, a tremendous advantage. Our core product is medical summaries and timelines. We'll highlight the important points in the summary, usually in yellow as you see here. We bait stamp the pages. That's where you see those page numbers with the finger or cursor pointing to it. And then we can embed hyperlinks into the file so that when you click with your mouse on a page number, that page comes up on your screen instantly. Bookmarks are a digital table of contents by provider and date of a large hospital chart, nurses' notes, doctor's orders, etc. So again, you have the ability to click on the icon on the left and go to that section in the chart instantly. By doing this with the hyperlinks and bookmarks, you're able to reduce your reviewing time by attorneys and medical experts in half. We also provide medical narrative summaries, which is really a flowing summary, easy to review of the sequence of events in the case, whether it's the medical events, police, accident, etc. It's just a nice flowing narrative. And it takes much less time to do than the more detailed chronologies. Our doctors collaborate with a U.S. attorney to produce demand letters. Typically, we'll send them to you in a Word document so that you can change them or tweak them if you desire. You have that option. It's a very inexpensive service, 150-page auto chart, auto rec chart, costs about $100 to prepare. We do quite a bit of mass tort work as well, mass tort evaluations, plaintiff fact sheets. Here's one model we use where it's a very thorough chronology where we highlight the key parameters in the cases. This is more of a litigation-ready product. We also provide a very efficient initial screening product called our Mass Tort Matrix, where you can see on the top, instead of the flowing chronology, we just look for certain parameters and we list them on an Excel spreadsheet, and our doctors just fill in the blanks as to whether or not they're met, the parameters, and then we hyperlink in the verifying pages from the medical chart, which you see with the red arrows pointing to them. This is a very efficient and inexpensive way of evaluating cases. Typically, if you were to send us a 300-page, let's say, Xarelto chart or transvaginal mesh, the cost would only be $105 for the matrix, and about double that for the more detailed chronology, which I showed you beforehand. Using the same sort of parameter, we We also apply the matrix model to nursing home cases. Here's a typical pressure ulcer case where we list the key parameters again in the gray from left to right. And then again, our doctors fill in the blanks, hyperlink in the pages for verification. Very inexpensive and efficient way to rein in a 5,000-page nursing home chart. Our doctors also identify missing and duplicate records in the chart, make a list of them, and tell you why it's critical that you get those records if they're missing. In addition, very typical with EMRs, we'll let you know what records are duplicates and we'll eliminate them and tame those electronic medical records for you. Here's a sample of a very popular item. We call it our pain and suffering chart. It's based on the pain med prescriptions of the client, both before and after the accident. If you see that green line extending from top to bottom in the middle, that's when the accident took place, the date. We color code the different pain med prescriptions before and, more importantly, after the accident. And you can see that we color code them by drug. And on the far left, we have the dosages of the drugs. So this gives a nice picture of how your client's life and pain was changed post-accident. This product cost about $200 to prepare. Our doctors also do medical liability and causation opinions. We have senior doctors, specialists in India, neurologists, orthopedists, OBs, who for $75 an hour will give you an opinion, a well thought out opinion with medical literature support. It's a great tool for screening your cases. Typical bill is $150 to $300, and then either you or us can shop that in preliminary opinion to potential testifying doctors to see if they can buy in and agree. We do that free. We also do medical expense reports where we list all of the medical charges or special damages on the case as well. A very laborious task, typically, in the hands of your staff. We have an optional service called MetaWord, where if you scroll over the medical terms with your mouse, the definition pops up, as you can see on the left in the red box. This is a nice way to increase your medical comprehension and save time from having to look up terms in WebMD or some other service. We also do deposition summaries for $1.25 a page, either by topic or page line. We're totally HIPAA compliant, and as to transmitting the records, typically it's done through our HIPAA secure encrypted portal. That's how records are sent typically both to India and are returned the same way. At our Indian facility, we utilize biometrics at the front door for security. No recording devices or cell phones are allowed in the facility itself. You also have the option, besides sending records as PDFs through our website, of utilizing Dropbox or FTP. Now, here's a sample or a partial sample of our order form. It's on our website, recordreform.com, and if you go to Start Now, the button on our website, and follow the instructions, that's how you place your order. And we're offering here a 500-page free trial of the service, so that's what you would do. You would go to our website, upload the records, fill in the order form, and you're good to go. Should you have any questions, you could call Ryan in my office at 800-633-6251, extension 116. In addition, as you see, you can request an estimate. We give free quotes, so typically we don't surprise anybody with the final bill. Now, we We also offer with a partner record retrieval. We've wanted to be a one-stop shop for law firms, handling retrieval and or the organization, summarizing, and the evaluation of the records. I had searched for a partner and found a worthy one, and we worked together seamlessly to offer all those services. Now, when it comes to evaluating a record retrieval company, you want to look obviously at the pricing and turnaround time. Now, we charge a flat fee of $39.95 per record. That's our fee, plus the legitimate provider fee. This graph is to show you how advantageous our flat fee is, because a lot of retrieval companies will add on a per-page charge on top of the initial base fee. So as the record gets large, up to 1,000 pages, you can see some of our competitors, the charge could be $175 or $127 versus our $39.95. These days, the health ports, the Kaiser Permanentes of the world, are looking for aggregators, firms like us, to send records to pay them. They much prefer working with folks like us than, let's say, 500 individual attorneys. And they're actually giving us incentives to work with them, giving us some discounts, and they're fulfilling the orders even more quickly, in part because they're not even asking us to pay first. They're just sending the records out quickly. Now, you want to look, obviously, at speed when it comes to retrieval. Our average is 22 days for turnaround time. We make phone calls frequently and also send automatic faxes and emails as well to the providers to get the records as quickly as we can. You then get an automated notification when the record is received. You also want to look at customer service and support. We have a dedicated team. We OCR the records, making them text searchable free. We compensate our account reps on their success and turnaround time. And again, we really police the provider's fees. We don't let them play games with our clients. You know, our system is very clean and simple. All you need to do is enter your client's name, date of birth, the authorization. You drag and drop a HIPAA release from the browser to our database, and you can see this is where you enter your information, and often when you enter in provider details, they'll be automatically auto-populated since we have so many providers already in our database. You can order specific sections of the chart, whether it's pharmacy records, ambulance records, etc. We have a very intuitive dashboard so that you could get the status of all orders pending, completed by the provider, etc., just on one screen. You get real-time status updates, and we even have a messaging feature that will messenger you as soon as the records come in. There's one centralized document storage where everything's kept. The records are kept by provider, record type, dates, etc. Now, what's nice is our order form for the offshoring record services, the chronologies, demands, is also on the website when you order your retrieval record. So you can order both the retrieval and our services when the records arrive at the outset of the case and just sit back and wait to receive a finished product. It just simplifies things. Now, records outsourcing and offshoring are not going away. The advantages are too great. Obviously, you can reduce overhead and costs. When you have paralegals leaving the firm, you don't necessarily have to replace them. You can use your firm more efficiently. handle greater volume, and have MD and retrieval specialists utilized at minimal cost. And again, all of this is expensible to the file. Your staff time isn't. This winds up leaving more money for advertising and increased caseloads. In the past, many successful firms have utilized or had large staff and resources as a selling point to referring firms. Going forward, however, the most successful firms will shed that overhead and go more to a virtual model. Again, we encourage everybody to take advantage of our free trial, and I'll take any questions, and if you have any questions, please speak up. Are there any questions?
Can you hear me? I have a question.
Yeah, please, go ahead. I didn't hear you, but go ahead, please.
This is Matt Minter. What is the regular turnaround?
Was that the regular time?
Yeah, turnaround time.
It's typically 2 to 3 days. If you need it sooner, that's not a problem. And to give you an idea what the cost is for a detailed chronology with hyperlinks and bookmarks, that can often be in the $200 to $250 range, an idea. But again, we have the free notes. Are there any other questions?
I'm trying to piece it together with my memory.
Are there any other questions? Yeah, having no more questions, the webinar will end. I appreciate you taking the time and take us up on that free trial. Thanks again for your time, folks.